There are days when the sky seems to open, when an invisible gate allows the angels to descend and quietly touch human destiny. February 10th is one of those sacred days. According to ancient angelic tradition, on this day, the boundary between the heavenly realm and the earthly world becomes thinner than ever. Those who know how to connect can receive whispers, signs, and sometimes miracles that defy explanation. But here's the warning. If you ignore this day, that divine chance might never return. An old priest once shared that every year on February 10th, he felt a warm light surrounding the chapel. No one could see it, yet the atmosphere changed. Candles flickered mysteriously. The church bell rang without anyone touching it. He believed it was the moment when angels moved across the world, carrying blessings and sometimes tests for those with hearts ready to receive them. It may sound mystical, but countless people have felt strange shifts on this day. The sick suddenly feeling relief, the hopeless finding renewed faith, and some even hearing their names whispered in the wind. Perhaps angels are truly near. We just rarely listen deeply enough to notice. To open that gate, to let your soul move in harmony with heaven, there are 3 things you must do on February 10th. These are not simple rituals. They are powerful actions that can alter your destiny. But before I reveal the first one, you must understand. This isn't about trying for curiosity's sake. It's about genuine openness. Angels don't listen to words. They listen to souls. Many people believe angels only exist in the Bible or in dreams. But in truth, they are always around us, observing, listening, and acting according to divine order. They are waiting for that single moment when your heart becomes still enough for them to draw near. And February 10th is that golden moment, when every prayer can rise to heaven faster than ever before. The ancients used to say, whoever touches the energy of February 10th will open a door of fate. Maybe you've been praying for something that never happened, but on this day, everything can change with one simple act. Yet the most important thing is not the act itself, but your belief. Believe that you are seen. Believe that even if you can't feel it, the angels are working around you. There's a mysterious story from Italy in 1962. A poor woman wrote in her diary, "I no longer believe in miracles, but on the night of February 10th, she dreamed of a brilliant light filling her room, and a soft voice whispered, 'Open your heart, we are still here.' The next morning, she received a letter from her long-lost sister of 30 years, with a check inside, just enough to save her house from being taken away. She wept, and from that day on, she prayed every year on February 10th to thank the unseen angels who had changed her fate. You can believe it or not, but if you're watching this video right now, maybe it's not an accident. Maybe the angels are trying to send you a message. They want you to prepare, because on the upcoming February 10th, a gate will open, and only those who are ready can walk through it. Now, before I reveal the very first thing you must do on that sacred day, take a moment, breathe deeply, close your eyes and ask yourself, if an angel stood before me right now, what would I say? Let your heart answer. If you feel anything, a soft wind, a sudden calm, or even a tiny shiver, tap like so the angels know you're ready. Because what comes next, the first thing you must do on that day, will make you see the world in a completely different light. As the night of February 10th descends, the air seems filled with a strange, sacred vibration. Those who are sensitive can feel it, as if the space around them becomes lighter, brighter, and strangely still. In that very moment begins the first thing you must do, creating a bridge between your soul and the light of the angels. It may sound abstract, yet it starts with something beautifully simple. Complete silence. No prayers, no requests, no words at all. Just sit still, close your eyes, and breathe deeply. Because on this day, The angels are not waiting for long, desperate prayers. They are waiting for a moment of stillness to touch your soul. According to Saint Raphael, known as the healer of heaven, divine energy cannot flow into the human heart when it is crowded with noise, fear, or restless thoughts. That is why the first ritual of February 10th is known as the hour of silence. For 1 hour, you give yourself completely to breathing, stillness, and openness. Many who have tried this speak of mysterious sensations, faint sounds like distant bells or whispers in the wind, gentle lights flickering across the room, or the feeling of a soft, unseen hand resting on their shoulder. These are not hallucinations. They are the tender ways in which angels reveal their presence. When your heart is quiet enough, they can come so close you can almost feel the flutter of their wings. There's a story from an ancient monastery in Spain. A young nun, skeptical of the existence of angels, decided to try the hour of silence on the night of February 10th. She sat in darkness for 60 minutes, listening only to her heartbeat. When the clock struck midnight, a white light filled her room. On the wall, she saw the faint outline of glowing wings. Then it vanished. From that day on, she said, angels do not speak with words. They speak through peace. That is what this first step is truly about. Not praying, but listening. Let your soul become an empty vessel. When you stop filling it with noise and worrying, the light of the angels can finally pour in. But here lies a hidden surprise. When you are truly silent, your past begins to surface. Memories you thought were gone. Fear, anger, regret, all rise up like bubbles breaking through water. Don't run from them. In that moment, the angels are gently untangling the knots of your soul. Every painful emotion that drifts away is a shadow being lifted, allowing light to enter. One man who experienced this said that as he sat in stillness, tears began to fall for no reason. Then came a deep sense of warmth, as if he were being embraced by something unseen. I didn't see an angel, he said, but I knew they were there, because only true love can make your tears feel warm. That is the miracle of February 10th. Angels do not need you to beg. They need you to trust and listen. Every miracle begins in silence, because only in silence can you hear the whisper of heaven. And when that moment comes, when you feel something stir inside your heart, do not be afraid. Whisper softly within yourself, I open my heart to the light of God and his angels. Though simple and spoken words open the first doorway between heaven and your soul. Yet this is only the beginning. Once the light touches you, the angels will begin to test your faith. Not with miracles, but with signs so subtle you might easily overlook them. A single drop of rain falling just as you look up. A white feather appearing on the ground. A song playing unexpectedly, with lyrics that seem written just for you. All of these can be messages. Don't dismiss them as coincidence. In the realm of angels, there is no such thing as coincidence. What truly matters is whether you notice. For when you do, your sight sharpens, your hearing deepens, and your heart begins to recognize more and more. And from that awareness, a new journey begins, a journey of divine guidance, where every step is illuminated by invisible light. Only by passing through this sacred silence can you reach the second revelation, the moment when the angels begin to speak to you directly. And when that happens, it will change the way you see your entire life. After passing through the hour of silence, when your soul becomes calm and clear, the next thing the angels want you to do on February 10th is to listen to the signs they send. But here's the astonishing part. Those signs rarely appear in the way you expect. Angels do not reveal themselves with blazing wings or thundering voices from the heavens. They speak through the most ordinary things in life. A gentle breeze carrying a familiar scent. A song that starts playing just when you're lost in thought. A number repeating itself over and over until you notice. All of these can be the language of the angels. Yet to understand that language, You must learn to feel rather than analyze. Angels do not speak through logic. They speak through emotion, intuition, and resonance. If, in a fleeting moment, you feel a sudden calm, a quiet joy, or a soft warmth in your chest without knowing why, that might be the very instant an angel is whispering to you. One man told his story. On the morning of February 10th, he was waiting for a bus when a single white feather drifted down in front of him. Normally, he would have ignored it, but something made him pick it up. Later that day, the hospital called. His mother, who had been critically ill, had unexpectedly recovered. When I held that feather, he said, I knew everything would be okay. It felt like someone was reassuring me. Not everyone believes in such things. Yet for those who truly open their hearts, February 10th often brings strange coincidences that feel too meaningful to dismiss. Someone might find an old letter they once wrote and forgot, with words that answer exactly what they needed to hear. Another might get lost, only to meet a person who changes their entire life. Nothing happens by chance. Everything is orchestrated more delicately than we imagine. That is why the second thing you must do on this sacred day is to let your heart be your compass. Don't overthink why something happens or what it means. Instead, ask yourself, what do I feel right now? Because that feeling is how the angels speak. When you feel peace, it's a yes. When you feel confusion or unease, it's a gentle not yet. Angels never force. They only guide with the softness of light. In the scriptures, it was written that the angel spoke to the prophet Elijah not through the storm, not through the fire, but through a gentle whisper. So it is with you. Angels will not shout over the noise of the world. They will speak only in the quiet tones your heart can hear. Noon in Italy once wrote in her diary, I asked God for a sign. All day, nothing happened. But at night, when I lit a candle for prayer, the flame leaned toward a small angel statue on my table. I understood then. His answer was not yes or no, but believe. That is the essence of this second revelation. Faith is the doorway. When you trust what you feel, you give the angels permission to act more powerfully in your life. They will never force you to believe, but once your heart opens, their light spreads quietly, rearranging your world, not with thunder or spectacle, but with the gentle precision of unseen hands guiding the soul. Many who have practiced these first two steps, say they, begin to see life differently. Colors seem brighter. People appear kinder. Old fears start to fade. It isn't the world that changes. It's the way they perceive it. When you live with the awareness that angels are near, you walk lighter, breathe easier, and love more deeply. But here's what few people realize. Once your heart opens and your faith grows, the angels will send a small test. They will want to know if your belief is real. Sometimes the test is silence. You pray and nothing seems to happen. Sometimes it's a challenge that shakes your certainty. But if you hold steady and trust through it, you will see a light stronger than anything you've ever known. That is how the angels shape souls. Not through rewards, but through growth in faith. And once you pass that invisible test, the third gate opens, the moment when the angels no longer send signs from afar, but begin to act directly within your life. And that is the deepest secret of February 10th, a secret few have ever been told. But here's the paradox. The closer you cooperate with the angels, the more powerful the challenges you'll face. That is the law of light. When you carry light within, darkness will try to test your faith. Someone might hurt you, a plan may collapse, or silence may feel endless. But remember, angels never abandon you. They simply step back for a moment to see if you can keep your inner flame alive amid the storm. In the Bible, before the angel Gabriel appeared to the Virgin Mary, she had endured long seasons of silence and prayer. Likewise, before every miracle, there is a period of emptiness, not of absence, but of preparation. That emptiness is when the angels are arranging everything for your breakthrough, just as dawn quietly prepares behind the darkest part of the night. And when the right moment arrives, you will notice the change. Your path opens, relationships heal, prayers are answered in ways you never expected. But the true miracle is not the outcome. It's the transformation of your soul. A peace so profound will settle within you that you'll finally understand. You are never alone. That is the ultimate gift of February 10th. Not riches or miracles, but a rebirth of spirit, a renewal that allows you to walk through life knowing that heaven walks with you. When you live with this awareness, you become a bearer of light, part of the angelic force that moves through humanity. And yet, the journey is not over. When the light inside you burns bright, there is still one final thing you must do, a secret few have ever discovered. It is the key to unlocking the most powerful blessing of February 10th, and that is the mystery I'm about to reveal next. There are ordinary days that pass quietly, and then there are sacred days. Days destined to change the course of your life. February 10th is one of those days. If you have already walked through the first 3 divine steps the angels revealed, silence, faith, and cooperation with light, then the final thing you must do is to open your heart to receive grace. Grace is not a reward for the perfect. It is a gift for those who dare to believe, even when they see nothing. Sometimes miracles don't arrive in thunder or radiant visions, but in the soft warmth that fills your heart, a sudden peace that makes you smile. Even in the middle of your storm, February 10th is not just a day to pray. It is a moment to release and allow. Release the fears that have chained you for too long. Allow yourself to be loved, to be forgiven, to trust in the goodness that is already moving toward you. When you do this, you open the final door, the one that lets the angels enter fully into your life. Few people realize this truth. Angels don't appear only in light. They also arrive in the darkness of trials, in moments when you feel most lost. When you think you've been abandoned, that is often when they are closest, silent yet strong, wrapping you in their unseen wings. And when you finally recognize that, you'll understand that every tear, every struggle, was part of your awakening. Remember, every challenge has a purpose. No storm ever comes to destroy you. It comes to awaken the power of light within you. On February 10th, the angels breathe upon that inner flame, helping you see yourself as heaven sees you, chosen, loved, and destined to bring light into the world. Imagine standing beneath a sky full of stars. The wind moves softly through the trees, and suddenly you feel a gentle presence, a touch of light on your shoulder. In that instant, you know you're not alone. Something greater is watching over you, whispering, "You never walk alone." That is the promise of February 10th, the angels promise that whenever you open your heart, they will respond. The last thing you must do on this sacred day is not to ask for more, but to say thank you. Thank you for what you have. Thank you for what has yet to come. Thank you for the trials that shaped your strength. Gratitude shifts your vibration, and that is when miracles begin to flow. Because angels are drawn to grateful hearts, hearts where light can move freely, without resistance or fear. When you reach this understanding, you'll see that February 10th isn't just a single day on the calendar. It's a reminder that angels are always near, every day of your life. Every act of kindness is an angel whisper. Every forgiveness is their language. Every moment you choose faith over fear, you bring a little more light into this world, just as they do. And if these words have touched something deep within you, it might be because an angel is smiling through them, right now, speaking softly to your soul. This journey doesn't end here. It is only beginning. From this day forward, every day can be your February 10th, if you choose to live with light, love, and gratitude. If you felt something stir in your heart while listening, please leave a like to help share this message of light with others who may need it. And gently, I invite you to subscribe to this channel, so we can continue walking together through the mysteries of faith, the signs of heaven, and the whispers of the angels who are always guiding those who listen. Remember, they are with you, right now, watching, smiling, and waiting for you to believe.